Hi, my name is Kat Thomas, and some of you may recognize me from my goofy posts or sometimes even my trying to be inspiring or challenging posts. Some of you may even recognize me from a distinct moment that we've shared together on a wine trip or in a musical scene or in hospitality somewhere. And some of you may actually know me from the local scene that I am a part of, which is Las Vegas, Nevada. If you don't know me, and even if you do, I'd like to share a little bit about what I intend to do on this little planet. So like many of you, I have been turned inside out and upside down. And that sounds like a song, doesn't it? But in reality, my settled and content world was somewhat smushed into this new timeline of hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, figure out what else you can do in your life because that path is not there anymore for you. And I'm not somebody that can sit and settle or wait. I am working on my patience for sure. And in these moments, after the pandemic hit and I lost my position that I was very fond of, and I was learning to grow personally and professionally within, I started up with my health and my mental state because I figured that was the smartest and best way to go, seeing that I was confined in a small space and had to sit with my own self. Not something I've really enjoyed doing ever. But I do like being by myself so much. So it's that interesting feeling of let me torture myself to feel. Anyway, so I rekindled my romance with my yoga practice, and I decided to recertify, and I recertified with the Yoga Alliance and also received my certified personal trainer just because, and in case, because I'm insane and like to take tests because they push and motivate me. And during the time though, I found that this romance was so much more. It was full of intention, remembrance, and compassion. And for the first time, I actually felt those things that I could remember truly for myself. And I thought, wow, so it's possible to get even a glimpse. You know, it's not a daily lasting thing. Yeah, I definitely have to work on it. But I knew that it was possible. And I've spent years and years and years of my life in and out of trying many things that are not lasting, do not fully satisfy, nor do they at all heal. In fact, they break you apart even more. And sometimes that's really good. I'm not at all opposed to what has gone on in my life. Would I prefer to have not chosen some of the things that I've chosen to do or been a part of my childhood? You know, some people say, oh no, it's your past, you've got to honor it. Well, I'm one of those people that says, yeah, it would have been nice if it wasn't so horrendous at times, but it is what it is, as our good goddess Michelle told us the other night. So with all of these feelings and these intentions and trying to figure out how I was going to stay connected in hospitality, because that is my world. I am what hospitality strives to be. And I'm not saying that to be proud or boast. It's just who I am. I am a server. I am the person that is all consumed with what's going on and trying to make sure that everyone is enjoying themselves, because that unease, even a little tiny glitch, I feel it. And if I can do things to create a space, the energy, where we don't have those glitches so often, then, yay life. So, trying to put all these pieces together and still claim my identity in hospitality, I decided to start a company. And many of us have during this time. My company is called Core Body Mind. And it is still in the very much growing stages, because I didn't really plan on having to do any of this until a few years from now. I wanted to hone in on my education skills with beverage education and communication skills with other people, but it's happening. So I'm going to empower myself to do such. And I have a lot of mentorship along the way, and I'm very grateful for that. And of course, how that happened, I started asking for help. That was a big shift through all of this. And so Core Body Mind, the initial intentions were connect, observe, reflect, empower. Those have not changed. And those are quite potent words in their own. So the connection part, we connect with as many people as we can in the path that we feel destined towards. And sometimes, though, we need to go outside of those paths and connect with others. And we'll get there. But observing. Now, I ramble on, obviously. I've had you on here for already almost 7 minutes, and we haven't really discussed too much, except me. But observing. So, observing our peers, observing those who aren't our peers, observing people that we feel a little agita or anxious around, observing people that we've put on pedestals or that we don't and that we put below us for some reason. Observing all of these things and then reflecting. And then with all of those, we come to the edge of the core and we empower ourselves. So core is all about connect, observe, reflect, empower through body and mind. Now, in my past, I have done it with just my body. And I have a brand new hip to show for that, and a few other aches and pains in my body. I ran 13 miles a day when I was younger. I mean, just because it was fun. I pushed myself to limits, and it was great, and it was addictive. And I didn't take care of the mind aspect. Even when I first started practicing yoga, I wasn't connecting to the breath, meaning there was no connection between my body and mind. So there were great parts of it. I was really bendy and strong and fun, and I loved it. I found a good yoga community and tribe, but there was a missing part of that. And when I started focusing on just my mind, I let go of the body aspects, and I let go of those connections with the breath. So there's this spirituality or consciousness that was lost between those two things. And I was studying and intensely focused on creating new pathways, neuron pathways in my brain, so I could not be as angry, not be as impatient, not be such an a-hole to people. And yet I wasn't healing my body. So Core Body Mind is a platform for people to connect, not only with others, but with themselves. And it's a journey within, with the help of others that have definitely been or are still on that path. And how we do this is definitely focusing on body. So healing and strengthening the body physically through yoga, strength training, and healing that way, and breath work. And in between all of that, body and mind, is meditation. Now, meditation is still something that I'm trying to learn how to do. It's hard for me to sit still. It's hard for me to be quiet. Again, obviously. But if we take the word and we change it to something else, when I was, in studying for my degree in psychology, there's this term of changing the verbiage so the mind thinks of something else. So instead of saying no, the parent says onion. And you love onions, so you don't get immediately tense and your mind doesn't automatically go to the wham, I can't have what I want. So maybe we change the term meditation, and some people will say mindfulness, whatever we can call that, and maybe we'll come up with a new word together. But meditation is definitely the bridge between the mind and body. And it could just be looking outside and looking up in the sky for just a moment and taking a few breaths together. And then the mindfulness, the mind, we want to be connected to all that we're doing. So in my world, it's hospitality. It's taking the steps to become the best person in that field of hospitality. So for me, it's beverage education, service education, training the mind that way. And it is a lost art in our hospitality world. I know, because I was the training manager for the United States for a large restaurant group. And people come in and they see this as just a float through or a pain in the ass kind of gig that they have to do, instead of embracing the fact that they are able to have fun, run around, you're not stagnant, and indulge and feed your mind while you're feeding other people. So core body mind, it's developing, and it may shift a little here and there, but these are the fundamentals. This is where I'm stepping off from my little platform and jumping into an open space of the unknown. And my world is what I'm sharing with you. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. Anytime anybody reaches out to me, our words, our thoughts, our communique is confidential unless you want to share with others. And I'm here to help you do that. I'm here to help all of us connect, observe, reflect, and empower. So I thank you all. This is Core Body Mind, and my name is Kat Thomas. I hope you take one deep breath with me here before we finish, through the nose. And exhale back out, release it with a sigh. And I hope that you have raised the corners of your mouth, not because you had to, just because you felt good for just that moment. I send you off with a hug, a smile, and a hope that we can shine together. I can be found at Wine Goddess LV and at Core. Namaste.